Hi guys, Jamie Anderson here.
What's up, friends? It's Chavis Flag here from Atlanta, Georgia, the Onewheel Guitar King.
You know, I don't use my legs anymore. Lazy man.
Massive thank you to Onewheel for adding so much fun and so much stoke to our lives. Ziggy wants to say thank you as well because he's lost about 3.5 kilos chasing us around on them.
My favorite part of the Onewheel is it's that it fits on the wing strut of my airplane, so I have personal transportation anywhere I land.
And what hits closest to my heart is it reminds me so much of snowboarding and how easy it is to just pop in a flow state. And I hear you guys are working on what's next, so I can't wait to see what you guys are up to. I know it's going to be insane, like everything you guys do.
Alors du coup, depuis la nouvelle, on est super excités. On n'arrive plus trop à dormir.
Who else is pumped on the new Onewheel coming out?
I'm psyching out of my mind. I can't wait to try it.
I know that I want one wheel. I want one wheel. See what I did right there?
And I cannot wait to see this new board that they're coming out with. I have absolutely no idea what they're going to be doing, but I'm stoked to see it.
Got my hair freaking spazzing out because I don't know what it is. What is it? Tell us. Let's go!
Hope to see you out cruising soon. Much love.
Hi everyone, my name is Monica Ellagram and this is Onewheel Uncharted. Here is my Onewheel story. I was born and raised on Maui and started surfing at a really young age and competing at 11. Surfing brought me around the world and back, but I always knew that I wanted to set my roots in my hometown of Hana. In 2013, my husband Ola and I started a small organic fruit farm called Olamana Organics, and one of our very first farm tools was the Onewheel. Before the Onewheel, things were a lot harder and chores felt like chores. After getting the Onewheel, everything got a lot more convenient and way more fun. The balance of work and play has always been really important to me, and the Onewheel jives perfectly between both of those worlds. On one hand, it's an excellent farm tool, and on the other, it's a vehicle for fun, and we love it. I really don't see that changing for us anytime soon, and I absolutely can't wait to see where the innovation takes us. And with that, I'd like to introduce our chief evangelist and great friend, Jack Mudd.
Thank you, Monica. Howdy, folks. I'm Jack, and I am incredibly excited to welcome you here to Uncharted. Why is this called Uncharted? Great question. Well, we're about to take you into new territory in the Onewheel world, and for that, I'm incredibly excited. Let's start with a question. What do we need? Well, I think usually we think about food and water, but if we have learned anything in these last 18 months, I would say that we've learned that we can't be looking at a Zoom screen all day, and there's only so many puzzles that one can possibly do. We need joy in our lives. Happiness is important. You need to find those things that bring you joy and bring you happiness and prioritize those. Make sure you bake those into your daily routine. It's really, really important. And for a lot of people, that has been Onewheel. We've heard from so many folks, you know, I was excited, I saw it looked cool, I bought a Onewheel, but I didn't realize until I had it what an amazing thing it was for my mental health. Onewheel is something that gets you outside, it gets you off your screen, right? It gets you into the world, it allows you to really tap into the full human experience. We pulled a quote, but we could have pulled from one of 100 or more from Trent, saying, "My Onewheel has been life-changing. I purchased a Onewheel to help get me out of the house more, and now I'm riding 10 to 15 miles every single day. It's done so much for my mental health. Pure fun." This is a need. This is a need. Onewheel is a tool for people to help discover joy. It's a tool to help them connect with themselves, their mind and their body. And it's a tool to help you connect with your environment, to get outside, to feel fresh air, to move at a different pace and rhythm. And it also is a tool to connect with others. Now, one of the things we hear so much is just how tight-knit the Onewheel community is, how many relationships have been forged over this common love and appreciation for this riding experience. But this is probably one of the most amazing stories in the Onewheel community. This is Meals on Onewheels, an organization that pairs grassroots local Onewheel communities, has them come together to collect clothing and food and deliver that to unhoused neighbors in their community. I got a chance to be a part of a couple of these in San Jose and Santa Cruz, and it is so special. The joy that is there and the joy that they are spreading to others, it's something that gets you fired up. And this is a community that's growing quite quickly, right? This last year, we passed 50 million miles ridden on Onewheels. Pretty remarkable stat. Now, if you think about what our job is to create a product that ushers in this epic experience, this magical, joy-inspiring, at times addictive experience to people, but it's also to make it accessible. And in our last product launch, that's what we did with Onewheel Pint. And people absolutely love the Onewheel Pint riding experience. And the only thing that we hear is, I wish I could experience it a little bit longer. Well, we've listened. And today, I am very excited to introduce to you the brand new Onewheel Pint X. So what is new with the Onewheel Pint X? Well, somehow we were able to take the specs of the Onewheel Plus XR, and thanks to the miracles of modern science, we were able to jam that into the compact form factor of Onewheel Pint, giving you this sweet spot board that is both incredibly functional and capable and convenient. Now, first off, we need to talk about range. 12 to 18 miles per charge. All of a sudden, you're able to ride all day. In our range tests, now I'm about 200 pounds, I was able to ride across the entire town of Santa Cruz and back. That's usually a car trip, right? But with 12 to 18 miles in range, Onewheel Pint X is capable of doing that, and I had a great time. Let's talk about speed. That's right, range is not all. Onewheel Pint X gets 18 miles per hour top speed. Now, that's 2 miles per hour faster than Onewheel Pint. You may be asking, 2 miles an hour, why does that matter? Good question. That's because, for me, a comfortable cruising speed when I'm going places is around 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 miles per hour. And that's what those 2 additional miles per hour give you, is that cruising speed is comfortable. You're able to go places quickly. It really takes your environment, your city, really shrinks it, enabling you to go places faster. Now let's talk about size. We're able to give you that level of performance in the same compact size that Onewheel Pint is, 27 inches from tip to tip. It's also got this built-in mag handle right here, so you can carry your board like a briefcase. What does this all mean? Well, we were in New York City the other day shooting our launch video, and hands down, this is the board that I want in any urban environment. You're on the train. You're coming out of the train. You want to pick this thing up. You don't want to be carrying something big and heavy. This is probably the smallest, most compact, and dare I say, the most fun rideable that is available for public consumption. Small enough to take with you, capable enough to go wherever you want. I feel like I don't need to even say this, but the thing is incredibly fun. Now, that's what this is about here. Onewheel Pint X, carvy, zippy, more speed, more range. You're going to have an absolute blast on this thing. I can only say that I have. So now you're probably wondering, well, how much is it? I'm happy to report that Onewheel Pint X checks in at $1,400. Now you're getting the specs of Onewheel Plus XR, but at $1,400 in the size of Pint. It's really this Goldilocks board. And if you want, you can finance it. That's right, we have Klarna options available on our website. You can go ahead and check out financing options for you as low as $78 per month. And I always say, if you're not having $78 of fun per month, that's your fault, it's not ours. If you are able to purchase one in the next 48 hours, you can save up to $200 on bundles. That's right, you can get everything you need for your brand new Pint X at a steep discount. I would highly recommend that you check that out. And you can also tap in to the launch colorway exclusive. The tennis ball yellow neon colorway gets me juiced up. Only available for the next 48 hours, so make sure you get yours while you still can. The next question that you have is probably, when can I get this? Well, I'm happy to inform you that you can actually get this today. That's right, we have Onewheel Pint X boxed up and available, ready to ship from our factory in San Jose, California. So folks, Onewheel Pint X, pound for pound, probably the best value that you can get. If you're looking, you've been on the fence, you're thinking, when is Onewheel coming out with something new? This is an amazing combination of speed, of range, of compact size, and an amazing experience, all at a price that is really unbeatable. And I am so excited for y'all to get your Pint X's and go hit the streets. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me here today. This has been fun. But we actually have one more thing for you. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our founder and CEO, Kyle Dirksen.
Thanks, Jack. I think people are going to be riding Pint X's all over the place. It's going to be amazing. It's the perfect way to zoom through your city. It just builds on all the momentum of Pint, and I'm super excited for that product. You know, one of the things for me when I think about what Onewheel is that it's always been rooted in creating a new board sport. For me, I was motivated by snowboarding on powder growing up in Western Canada. This is my happy place. For other people, it's being on a wave on the ocean, which is an amazing feeling. And riding Onewheel is the same as that. And so when I think about what a board sport is, it's about exploration. It's about playfulness. It's about progression. And for anybody that does board sports, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And if Onewheel is your first board sport, get a Onewheel and you'll start experiencing these things. Starting about 2 years ago, we said, let's sit down and let's go back to the drawing board and create a new Onewheel that's specifically designed for the board sports enthusiast. And we set out with a blank sheet. XR is kind of like a Onewheel Plus, which is kind of like the original Onewheel. But this time we said, hey, let's just start over. There's a lot of new technologies. We've learned a lot in the last number of years. And let's make an ultimate new flagship. And so what did that product need to have? It needed to have more range. Range is one of the most important things that people ask us for. It's one of the most important things in all electric vehicles, partly because people are going on huge rides, but also because it's just peace of mind whenever you're using any kind of electric vehicle to know that you're going to get where you set out to go and then get home. More power. Who doesn't like more power? But in a Onewheel application, more power is actually not just your 0 to 60 time. It's more control and stability at all speeds. It's the ability to ride new lines on new terrain. So more power was a key thing that we were looking to add to this product. And more rideability. So as people have gotten better at riding Onewheels, pushed the limits, tried different things, we've really set the bar higher for what a next generation product needs to be. And so I'm very excited today to introduce the product that delivers on all these, the Onewheel GT. GT is totally redesigned. It doesn't really share any parts with XR or Pint. We were given the design freedom to really start over and design our dream board. It's an aggressive product. It's designed for shredding in the real world. And there's a lot of features that make it perfect for that kind of use. But it also cleans up nice, and it's a great looking product. I'm really happy with the new design language we were able to bring in to the GT line. So let's talk features, starting with the battery. So the battery is really the core of a Onewheel, and the battery for GT is by far the most powerful battery we've ever made. It uses 21700 battery cells, which are a larger cell than the 18650s we've used in the past. They pack considerable more energy and power. They produce more power over their whole state of charge, and they last longer overall. But we didn't just switch to a larger cell, we are also using more of them, which allows us to run at higher voltage. And higher voltage translates into better rideability. GT features a 32-mile range. It's over 60% more range than XR, and it's going to enable people to go on some amazing adventures. With more voltage in the battery pack, that allows us to enhance the power band. And the power band is really how much power the motor and the battery and the control system can produce at different speeds. So this is the power band of XR, which if you've ridden one is pretty powerful. And you can see that it produces a lot of power at a medium to high speed. GT produces considerably more power, up to 50% more torque at speed, and extending that power band to higher speeds, which just means that you can have a more confident ride and you can ride on terrain that you might never have been able to in the past. For the first time, we're introducing concave front and rear foot pads. This required us to solve some pretty interesting technical problems with how do you make a footpad sensor that can actually work on a concave surface. We solved those problems with GT. And we also cover the concave with much grippier grip tape than we've ever used in the past. Of course, a grit helps you stay on in all conditions. And the benefit of concave really is that your foot is flexed and pushing against it keeps you locked in when you're riding on trails or over bumps, and is also just more comfortable for longer rides. MagHandle Pro is something we've had available as an accessory for XR and Pint. But I'm happy to introduce that with GT, MagHandle Pro is actually included. MagHandle Pro is aluminum cast handle with overmolded rubber for comfortable carrying. It's really strong. And for the first time, MagHandle Pro is available in colors, which you can configure in our online store. The tire really determines the ride quality on a one wheel. On Pint, you've got a narrower, more round tire. On XR, you have a wider, more straight across tire. And with GT, we really wanted to create the best of both worlds. So it's basically the same width as an XR tire, but it has a similar rounded profile to Pint. And what that creates is the ability to carve really deep and easily rail the board from side to side, but also gives you great secondary stability and is super stable while you're riding around. And one thing that I know a lot of people are going to be really excited about is that for the first time ever, we're introducing a treaded tire. This is the same tire profile, but with tread, which is awesome for riding on wet surfaces or on trails, or just a little additional confidence wherever you go. Super excited about this one, and it's available straight from the factory. LED lights have been part of Onewheel since the first generation. But with GT, we made them significantly brighter. So the LED lights, the headlights are over 300% brighter than on our previous generation product. So you can really see where you're going at night and definitely be seen. In fact, they're so bright we had to add a setting in the app that lets you dial them back because they're so bright for other people that you're riding around. And all this just to make a board that rides amazingly and you can just send it out in the world. GT has a full line of accessories available for it from launch. So of course we have a fender. This is one of the most popular one-wheel accessories. GT we actually designed with the fender in mind from the beginning. So it's super integrated into the form, and it's basically an essential accessory. And rear foot pads are something that people who put a lot of miles on one wheels have a lot of opinions about. And one of the most common things that they want is a bit more tail kick in order to, just give you a point of reference as you're riding, particularly on trails or if you're riding fast. And so we have available today a high kick rear foot pad for GT. And one more piece of foot pad innovation that we're debuting today is what we call the love hump. So we were working in the shop one afternoon and we were thinking, hey, what would make the rear foot pad even more comfortable for long distance riding? And we started gluing up some pieces of material and realized that some arch support would actually make it a lot more comfortable. So This foot pad combines arch support, concave, and higher kick. I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy riding with that foot pad because it's super comfortable, particularly for longer rides. And of course, we have a hypercharger available for GT. With a battery that big, of course, it takes a little bit longer to charge. And so to get the shortest possible charge time, the hypercharger is a great option so that you can get back riding for another lap. GT is a new flagship product for us. It incorporates the best features from anything we built before, as well as a lot of new things and a lot of premium upgrades. It has over 60% more range than XR. It's got concave foot pads integrated and Mag Handle Pro included. And all that is available for a price point starting at $2,200. We also, of course, have financing available through Klarna, which will allow you to pay on a monthly payment program. And GT will start shipping within the next few months. And so it will, of course, ship in the order that orders were received. And so you need to get in early if you want to be riding as soon as possible. Also, we've got some great launch bundles that are only available for the next 48 hours. So head over to onewheel.com and get a launch bundle today. The path forward is uncharted, but where people are going to take Pint X and GT is going to be amazing. I hope you're as excited as I am about these next generation products and the evolution of one-wheel progression. The future is rad.